PTI's Michael Wilbon saying Doc Rivers has been told LeBron does not want to be coached. Stephen A., you buying this? And if so, how big a problem is this for LeBron?
Here's what I'm buying. I'm buying one thing. I'm not buying another. I want to make sure everybody hears what I'm about to say. Michael Wilbon is not to be questioned. Michael Wilbon is one of, I know you see him on PTI every day, and I know you know his record as an outstanding columnist for many, many years and a mentor to a lot of us for the Washington Post. Michael Wilbon is as connected in the NBA as anyone you'll find. So when he says he has been told this and that Doc Rivers has been told this, don't question it. You can book it. Because let me tell you something. He knows the people that talk to Doc Rivers because he's one of the people that talk to Doc Rivers. Now, having said all of that, even though what Mike Wilbon said is true, remember what he said. He said he knows this, meaning he knows that Doc Rivers has been told that. That does not mean that it's fair to LeBron. The disrespect has gotten ridiculous now. To sit up here and to say that LeBron James doesn't want to be coached. He is brilliant basketball-wise. He is a basketball savant, okay? And as a result, there's an elevated level of basketball intellect that you would need to bring to the table to talk to LeBron intelligently about the sport of basketball because he is just above most people when it comes to his understanding of the game. You got to remember what a coach is supposed to be. A coach is somebody that's not just there to tell you what to do. They want you to do things their way, and in most instances, they're supposed to be teaching you. Does LeBron know more than most coaches? You're damn right he does. You're damn right he does. But when you say that he doesn't receive instructions, you're not telling the whole story because LeBron is very, very receptive to instructions that are worth being received. If it's not worth being received, what's the problem? It's not like he's disrespecting you or whatever the case may be. The way folks are talking about LeBron right now is like LeBron went to Hollywood. I don't care about winning. He giving everybody the middle finger. Bump y'all. I don't give a damn about y'all. Y'all don't matter. That's wrong. Greg Popovich would never talk about LeBron that way. Pat Riley would never talk about LeBron that way. The great, great coaches in NBA history would all want to coach LeBron James and to talk about him like this. Listen, you've heard me be critical, Max, and I'm coming to you right now. You heard me be critical about him, Will. You know that. But I would never do this. This is just, it's gotten to the point where it's open season on LeBron James because for the first time in 13 years, this brother ain't making the playoffs. And the way people are pouring it on, it's gotten beyond ridiculous. It's so unfair what's happening to him right now.
You mentioned two names I want to bring up, and I'm going to get back to them, Pat Riley and Greg Popovich. First, let me say, LeBron, everything you said is right, Stephen A. He knows more than most of the coaches. He knows what he needs. He knows how to play. In most organizations, he becomes the de facto, at least, advisor to the GM and coach, at least. You got to run moves by him. You got to run the way you want to play by him, or you're not going to last. Most organizations. Now, I recall Kobe Bryant at a certain point in his career. Still a great player, but no longer the Kobe Bryant. It's tough to get players to play with him. Tough for the Lakers to get him, not just because they felt Jim Buss and Mitch Kupchak were, or at least Jim Buss, was incompetent, which is what a lot was said, around the league. Not just because of that, but also because while Kobe was still great, putting up with his stuff, because we all have stuff, and the more power we have, the more we're able to kind of throw it out there. And Kobe had a lot of power because he was so great for so long, and he became kind of an institution in L.A., and to put up with Kobe's stuff at that point, people didn't want to do it. It wasn't worth it anymore. He wasn't great enough as a player anymore to deal with it, and that made it harder to attract stars to take the Lakers' money. And LeBron, I think what we're hearing now is getting toward that phase in his career. LeBron has stuff, too. As good a dude as he is and the way he plays the right way and all that stuff, we all have it. And he has gotten powerful enough that it's pervasive in any organization, almost any organization, that he's in. And so the message that's being received now is You sure you want to deal with all LeBron stuff? Is he still worth it? And I think many are starting to say no, and even if he is, not for much longer, I don't want it. Now, you brought up Popovich and Pat Riley. You know why I think that's significant? Doc Rivers is a great coach. Danny Ainge is a great GM, but that doesn't mean that LeBron James would work with Doc Rivers or Danny Ainge. The difference with Pat Riley and Greg Popovich is they've been executives and coaches. They are part of the institutions in which they work. And LeBron, when he went to Miami,
Doc Rivers.
What's that? No, not
So
quite. Not the same way. Not quite the same way.
No, I'm saying Doc Rivers was an executive for the
But
Clippers.
he was a failed one. He was a failed executive. They needed to take that away from him in order for the Clippers to get good. That's the truth. He's a great coach, a failed executive. And Danny Ainge's never been a head coach. So Pat Riley, I think LeBron, we've seen him work in Miami. I think he'd work with the Spurs. I recommended he go to the Spurs because of Greg Popovich. But just because Doc Rivers is also a great coach does not mean that LeBron James would work with Doc Rivers.
But that's not the issue. The issue in question was what Wilbon was talking about in terms of LeBron not wanting to be coached. And so what I'm saying is it's open season on him. It's almost like LeBron has been so great and he has achieved so much success that people have been lying in wait. Remember, my criticisms of LeBron James were coming while he was winning. I was saying he's winning, but this has happened, but this has happened, but that has happened. But now you've got people that smiled in his face, didn't say a damn word, nothing. And then the second he can't make the postseason, for the first time in 14 years, now you've got people coming out the wazoo with all of this stuff because they're saying stuff behind his back. They're smiling in his face. It's low, man.
Stephen A., is he a coach killer, yes or no?
I never viewed him as a coach killer.
I have, and I don't think it's a bad thing.
Let's leave it here. I agree with you. I've been a LeBron critic. It's gone too far. And I think Max should bring up an interesting point. We got to start figuring out which coach could work with LeBron, though.